Sup, everybody? I just wanted to do a live stream so that we can catch up to. Is that what I wanted to say? Sorry, I'm tired. But no, because so with that we can all catch up. I was about to say so that we could all catch up together. I mean, that does sound normal. I don't know. My brain is just weird, I guess. But again, I'm sorry for the quality of the live because it's just could also be because it's smudged here. Hey, Mark. Yeah, literally, long time no see for sure. That is funny. Um, It is good to see you. Yes, and I didn't put the slow motion on the chat, so we're good. But also, it's because like I'm still tired, but I'm awake enough, so that's not gonna bug me if that makes sense. And if it does, I can just I have my magnesium if I need it in my sweatshirt pocket. Well, not in the sweatshirt pocket. I have another sweatshirt in this room that it doesn't matter, I just have the magnesium, okay? I have the magnesium, so, like, we got it, we got it. Better today and yesterday, but technically, I'm still going through depression, but it's gotten better, or at least it's more manageable, and then now I just realized that my hair is, like, more red, but it could just be lighting, but I mean, V tried her best though, but maybe it's just the camera though that I'm using. It looks like I dyed my hair better, I guess. Well, I say I dyed it, but no, because V did it. That was like how long ago was it? I don't even remember. Everything has just been scrambled, I guess. I feel like I blinked out because she dyed my hair Tuesday. No, wait a minute. No, she didn't. No, she dyed my hair Wednesday before Halloween. And then you guys saw my hair curly, so I couldn't really tell if my hair was red. And then, oy. Like, I took a shower yesterday, so it doesn't matter, I guess. That's probably also why. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Because the whole, like, time frame since probably, like, around Halloween, my memory has just been gross, I guess. I have no idea. I have no idea. But either way, I'm doing better the last 2 days, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Hey, Noah. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Oh, when did Oh. I totally skipped over your sorry. I read Noah's comments before yours. I'm like, "What do you mean?" Because the second one I read was literally before your comment, Mark. I'm sorry. Like, it's literally like, to me, that didn't even exist, I guess. It's funny. I don't know, it's weird. Uh, I need more sleep. I did not wanna get up today. I did not wanna get up. I didn't at all. Even though I'm probably gonna literally, like, pass out. I was editing last night and I couldn't continue doing it, but a part of it was because I had a drink at dinner, so it's just like as soon as we got home, I couldn't be bothered. I got most of this 3rd part of the video done, except I do have to go back and redo it, so I'm gonna be doing that after this, which is another reason why I'm not taking magnesium right now, is because if I do, I'm practically just gonna end up passing out anyway, then I would be too tired to edit, which sucks. Yes, I did, but that's besides the point. Okay, that's besides the point. It also depends on who the heck is making it too, and it also depends on what restaurant you're ordering the drink at too. So, and then I wanted to try that one last time, but I didn't get enough time to order it last time because the waiter came up to us so quickly. So it was just no. I wish it was. I mean, they had whiskey literally on the menu mark, but no, no, because I also share my drink with my mom, so she has a little bit of what I have. So it's like so she does not like whiskey, which is funny because me and my best friend both like it. It's not for everybody because it's strong, and then also the taste can be bitter depending on what type of whiskey you're drinking. But geez, at the BJ's near my house, they have Canadian whiskey, and every time we walk by it, because my mom always wants to get wine coolers, Mark. So it's just like whenever I see the Canadian whiskey, I'm like, "Can we please just get it?" She's like, "No," because the only one who's probably gonna drink it is me. But we do have probably like 3 wine bottles in our house, and we haven't drank any of it because both me and my mom aren't really wine drinkers. But it's funny. But no, because what I drank kinda tasted like it was seltzer, but spiced, but it wasn't. I don't remember the name of it though, because as soon as I was fully finished with it, my brain just went completely to mush, and then I wasn't feeling well afterward, and it wasn't because of the alcohol, it was because of, like, everything that I ate that night because we ate so much food. But I also ate earlier because I kept bugging my sister to give me snacks, so that was also my fault, but also I was wearing my belt, and whenever I have to wear my belt, I have it so on tightly on depending on what jeans I'm wearing because the recent jeans that we got at Savers when me and V went to go shopping before Halloween, which was the night that we went to same night that we went to Fright Fest, so it was the 19th, of October. So, no, I hate tuna so much, and, tuna traumatizes me, but that's just because, like so my friends like tuna, Mark, and the reason why I also hate tuna also more with a passion is because they used to so I say they, but it was mostly just it was only one of my friends. Sometimes they also did this with like salt and vinegar chips because I don't like them at all. I'll eat them like a little bit, but they're not my favorite chip. Okay. But I like, it's not like I hate it with a passion. It's just because like they would always just put the stuff that I really, really disliked in my face, like dangled it in my face or made me smell it or whatever. And like the salt and vinegar chips weren't that bad because my mom likes them. And then Noah likes salt and vinegar chips, but whatever. But like oh, geez. What they did with the tuna was so worse, and then my sister made me eat tuna so much because she would make tuna, and then she would make mac and cheese, and she would put it together, and I was like she was like, "You gotta eat what I make, though," but she knows that I hate it so much. She liked it, I did not. And then my godmother used to she makes, like, tuna casserole, and I'm not saying that it's bad, but I hate tuna so much that it hurts me every time. It hurts me every time. It hurts me every time. I'm not kidding. My favorite chips are barbecue chips or just plain like potato chips. Like I eat potato chips like it's nothing, but I also had a lot of potatoes last night too. So like that was amazing. I also went to the bathroom, right? And then somebody got sick in the bathroom, so it smelled so bad, but they tried to use the spray and as soon as I got in there, I'm like, I know that this wasn't me because I just walked in. There was like another lady in the bathroom too. She gave me a dirty look when I was washing my hands, and I'm like, "Don't look at me. I'm not the excuse me. I'm not the one who literally went to the bathroom in here. I got in here like 2 seconds ago. Stop." Like literally, I'm like, I wasn't feeling well already, but I also had to use the bathroom just because, like, again, we had like so much food, and then also I had an alcoholic drink, so considering because those are a little bit more pricey, obviously. So I'm like, my mom's gonna kill me if I don't finish it because we can't take that home. There's actually one place. There's one place that they allowed me to do that because I wasn't the one driving. They could have gotten in trouble for that, but they did that. I remember that. I think I think that was when we went out with my dad too. My dad was there. I don't remember what restaurant. It was probably like Chili's or no, it wasn't Chili's. It could have been Applebee's, I think. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but it's funny. Barbecue Pringles are good. They're good. I eat those constantly too. I could eat the whole can of barbecue Pringles in one day and then feel ashamed afterward, but also not really because it was worth it because it tastes so good. But like the barbecue Pringles are totally different than regular barbecue chips. But there's also a lot of barbecue chips that literally just taste gross. But like my favorite is the Lay's barbecue chips. Those are my favorite, and I remember, like, me and Alex used to share those bags, and they weren't even family size, they're like a medium-sized bag, or at least they would say family size, but it was a total lie because there's, like, the party size, which is 10 times bigger, and, like, it's 2 people eating them. It's 2 people eating them at once. It's, like, it's crazy. And it wasn't only that, we would also be drinking, like, Monster Energy the whole time too. Oh, I miss those days. Alex doesn't eat those anymore, obviously, because Alex had a diet change, which technically I don't think I'm supposed to be eating the barbecue chips anyway, but I do anyway because those are literally my favorite. I do like the Kip Cod ones, but they're not as good as the Lay's ones. Nothing will ever beat the Lay's. No. That's for barbecue chips. I do like kettle chips, but my mom hates it every time I get Kip Cod chips for the house, regardless, because she does not like kettle chips. She cries, and I'm like, but the reason why I get them is just so that they could just be only for me, if that makes sense. Except for the salt and vinegar chips, those I get for her and somebody else who comes to visit, but I don't do that all the time. And then they leave with the bag, and I make sure that they leave with the bag. Either that or I'm tossing it at their car. Either that, but who knows? Uh, the barbecue Pringles are the best though, Mark. They are. They are. But I remember when I was in school, I was obsessed with um the Pringles that were sour cream and onion. But I like the regular chips for that, but it's easier if you're eating the Pringles is because the taste is it doesn't get annoying after a while, or at least to me it doesn't. Well, that makes sense. That does make sense. I don't know what walkers are, but they sound good, obviously. But also, again, Mark, you're in the UK, so you're gonna have different stuff compared to people in the States. So, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, every time I go to Canada, I always see either Humpty Dumpty chips or like stuff that we haven't seen from like the 2000s because they don't have they don't have um some of the stuff that they have there here because they stopped selling them in like the 2000s. Oh, don't get me started on the Fanta cream soda either because again, when you go to Canada, that's the best cream soda ever. Ever. I remember like my grandmother, she loved it so much too, so we would get the big bottles and bring them home. And then she would make them last for months. And I have no idea how they never got flat either. They never got flat. My grandmother is just magic. I miss those days so much. Uh, Even now we're still gonna do the same thing though. I have no idea if Lay's are Irish. I have no idea, Mark. But speaking of cream soda, I got a can last night, and then I still have the bottle from when we got pizza like a couple weeks ago. Probably like a little bit after or before. It should have been after Halloween, obviously. I don't remember if it was like after we went to Deerfield, I guess. I don't know. But that video is going to be coming out soon. I have more things to edit in that video. I did get a lot of B-roll for that video, but I decided not to use it because it wasn't going to work with what I wanted to do. And then what I planned originally, I forgot the next day because I was that sick. I got so sick. And you remember that, Mark, because you kept checking up on me that day. So thank you, Mark, for that. Seriously, you're the best, bruh. Literally. But it sucks that. And then I have two food reviews coming up as well because so you know about one of them. I don't know if I told you about the other one, Mark. I don't remember. I don't remember. But no, because yeah, we did. Because I'm wearing the same sweatshirt that I am gonna be wearing in that video. Because this is a new sweatshirt. But no, because like but literally excuse me and my mom tried the new loaded hash browns with eggs and stuff like that in it. It was really good when it's good when it's warm, I should say. Don't let them go cold because I couldn't heat them up afterward because I didn't want to take a chance of blowing something up by accident. But it's good when it's warm, and it was really good. So I do recommend it. But I also tried the the Big Mac chicken, which we did today. So I'm wearing the same sweatshirt I did in both videos. Both videos. The only difference is one I have curly poofy hair, and then the other one obviously my hair is straight again, straight and wavy. But thank you. It should. This is my favorite color, even though this is more like turquoise or teal or whatever. It's not really blue, but this was my cousin, so that's why because I randomly got it, like, the same night my mom went to do the family thing. Because I told you that about that, Mark, I remember that. Because I wasn't feeling well the day before, obviously, so I was like, "I'm not gonna go." I just wanted to rest, honestly. I didn't, because like, I knew if I went, depending on what they were eating, because they were eating pizza, so they were like, it would just make me feel worse, and I didn't want to do that to my poor aunts. No, I'm like, people already had to deal with me already, so I already died earlier that day. So I think that was Saturday. That was Saturday. Of course, it makes you miss summer. You love Cape Cod, Noah. Of course, it does. Not really. I mean, this is what it literally looks like on a default. I was about to say default. What? But I also I again I had a shower yesterday, so you can tell that it's a little wavy, so it's not the same. And also, Noah, you like the Cape Cod chips, so that's also why you like the sweatshirt. It has nothing to do with the summer. It's mostly the chips and Cape Cod specifically. That is what it is. That is what it is. But no, because I was supposed to go live yesterday, and then my sister was like, "Oh, do you want to go eat breakfast and stuff?" I'm like, She didn't she didn't say that to me, like, I literally got up, like, 5 seconds. I was up for 5 seconds. I finally got the confidence to walk out of my room, and then my mom's on FaceTime with my sister, she's like, "Oh, oh, it's time to are you ready?" And I'm wearing my pajamas. I'm like, "What are you talking about? I'm literally standing at the coffee maker to make coffee. I didn't even have coffee." And then when I get there, I'm cranky for the first half of the trip because I just wanted to go back to sleep. And then I had editing to do again, so I'm like, "Well, because it has to be out Monday." Yeah, and then there's other stuff that I got sucked into too, like, all in the same day, and I was like, "No." It was still fun, but it sucked because this is what it's like having siblings. This is what it's like having siblings. So I literally get summoned to go to another state just to see my sister within the span of, like, 2 minutes of being awake, and then we didn't stop to get coffee. I also have the photos back from my niece's first birthday, and also a couple photos that I took didn't even come out, so I'm pissed about that. It took 2 rolls of film. It took 2 rolls of film for the photo of me holding my own niece. My own niece. The one photo I had to not even register or be developed at all. And then and then Brandon was like, "Oh, you got doubles, right? So that we can have the other half." I'm like, "That's why I always get doubles in the first place, because it makes sense. Like, if you're making memories with other people, you get doubles, therefore the other person has the other photos. What are you gonna do? Keep both of them? Sometimes we did, but it doesn't matter. Because like otherwise, how would we split the photos? Unless again, you could also just print like photos out too at like Target or like Walmart at like um the supermarket. Not really, because like you can't really do that at Big Y because that's also technically a supermarket too. Prob again, like something like a Walmart or like a Target. But anyway, it doesn't matter, and then the photo I took of the cake too didn't come out, and that one was lit with the candles, and it didn't come out. I was so mad. I was so mad, and then I literally told Britta, "Did you show Alex the photos?" And she's like, "Oh, he'll see them later." And we didn't leave to go to the restaurant for, like, probably, like, an hour because Brianna once we got there, she had to take, Alex's brother Noah, she had to take him somewhere, so they went to Starbucks for, like, 15 minutes, and that was very important to do apparently, and then she came back. Don't get me wrong, I love my sister, but I hate sitting in the car like that. She knows I don't like that, but I was watching YouTube anyway, and then my mom was, like, just chilling, and then I kept almost falling asleep because I was tired, and then they came back, and then he disappeared into the house. I'm like, "Yeah, nice for you." And then he was supposed to go to an appointment and stuff, and then that didn't happen because they canceled it. So I was like, thank goodness. So that means that we can get food, right? That's what I said to my sister. I'm like, now we can go get food. We can go get food now. And then she just looks at me, was like the dirtiest glare ever. And she was holding Lily at that point too. So I was like, yay, I guess. But it it was a good night. We did eat. We ate at like I'm gonna be posting about it later, possibly after the live stream. But we went all the way to Waterbury, so that was like the second time we did that because we did that the last time we were there. And then we also had peanuts too, and we still have the peanuts in the bag from our food. So that's funny. And I did get to eat cheese fries, Mark, but it wasn't my main dish. Cause you already know, because I already told you everything, kinda. But it's just like, yeah, that's exactly how that went. So, and I did have my magnesium in my pocket the whole time while we were at the restaurant too. And then Nyla, which is the dog who is Brandon and Alex's dog, excuse me, and she just kept trying to lick my face, and I'm like, I literally just took a shower. Please don't do that. I love you too, Nyla, but no. She was all over everybody. She was excited to see everybody, literally. I know you don't. I know you don't, but it don't matter because you're not going. You're not the one going. You're not the one going, Noah. So it doesn't matter. I did manage to get a photo of the Holy Land cross that was lit up, but it just looks awkward because it looks so tiny from how I was managed to get that. And I was sitting in the back seat too. I was sitting in the back seat getting that shot too. It looks so tiny. But that's just because again, I was in the back seat and I had to make sure that the flash was off because Brandon would have killed me if I did that again. But it wasn't on purpose. I didn't even know that the flash was on because I thought I turned it off, but I think I accidentally turned it off and then turned it back on. So there was that. But we also saw the cemetery too that was over there, and I want there's like three ginormous cemeteries there that I actually want to go to. I might make that in one big video, but I'm not going to do that until the summer though. Not going to do that until the summer because 'cause I was actually surprised and my sister was literally like, "Oh, well, we can go." I'm like, "We're already close to going to the restaurant. I want food. I don't have my camera with me." And then Brandon's like, "Oh, that's because we can't really go because Lily's with us." I'm like, "There's more than just us being with Lily. There's more than us just being with Lily." And if you don't know who Lily is my niece. That's her nickname. Her actual name is Liliana. So yeah, because I keep forgetting that it lights up, Noah, because I keep forgetting that it lights up at night. I didn't know that they still did that because technically Holy Land is also partly supposed to be abandoned. So therefore, it to me it makes no sense. It makes sense, but also makes no sense at the same time. And then on the way on the way to the restaurant, my mom was like, "Oh my gosh, you could see little buildings." I'm like, "That's not buildings, those are crosses." It's just the one wearing glasses. And I wasn't wearing my glasses, and I'm not because I took them off, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Cause I do have to clean my glasses though. I lost my case and it has my cloth in there for my glasses, so that's perfect. It was in my bag, and then now it's not in my bag, so now I don't know where it is. And then also, you know what's actual funny? So at the restaurant, right? I so I ordered the drink, and she didn't even ask for my ID, and I had my wallet on the table. So I just think that that's still funny to me till this day. And then I so I asked my mom, "Do I look old to you?" Because normally, again, a lot of people think that I'm younger than my actual age because I do look younger and I am also kind of still a size of a child. So, because I'm not even 5 feet tall at all. I'm 4'11". So it's really like people mistake me for being a child or a teenager all the time. And then like, I guess it just depends on the place because sometimes I don't have to, but then again, my mom's right there, so, I mean, sometimes I guess it just depends, I guess, I don't know. But I want so after I asked my mom and she said, "Yeah, you do look old to me." She was joking. But, like, I was like, "Ow." And then when I asked my sister, and my sister's like she wasn't even paying attention to me. She was like staring off into space. She was staring off into space, and then Lily was just chilling there, just in the high chair this time because we didn't get a regular high chair. No, booster seat. Sorry, booster seat because she didn't get a regular high chair this time. And then we had to keep taking her sippy cup away because she kept banging it on the table, and I'm like, I would rather deal with her like this instead of just screaming. Because she did that the last 2 times that we went to Chili's, and then the other 2 times that we went to Applebee's, maybe. I think it's Applebee's. And then we almost were in an accident at Applebee's too, but I can't talk about it because my mom will kill me. Because it's yeah. Oh, Jesus. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Plus, also, what's been hard to have me edit my videos is because my eczema has gone bad. I know you guys can't really see it a little bit because it's gotten better, but like all my rashes have gotten way bigger. They're spreading, and then it's also been very, very itchy. And then I keep forgetting I can't scratch, and I'm so close to getting scabs, and I hate it. The lotion that I have for my eczema doesn't even work. It works and then it doesn't work at the same time. So it's literally like even like Vaseline doesn't help. It just makes it softer. So I mean, at least I don't have to feel like I'm walking around scabs. So yeah, it does hurt. It does hurt. And sometimes they instead of itching, it burns for no reason. And then it's like that for like a whole week. And then I can't do certain things because it's that painful. Which is funny because sometimes when I put hot water on it, like, it helps with the itching, but I shouldn't be doing that because it's not a good thing to do. It's not. I do like RC Cola better than Coca-Cola, honestly, because this has less fizz in it, so it doesn't make me sick. And it's just easier to drink. It's less bubbly too, even though it looks bubbly as heck, but probably not to you guys. You guys can just see, like, the condensation, I guess, but it's also the bumpiness is just the bottle. Because we went to Helene's Hell I can't say it, like, the variety store. My mom can say it better, but it's changed and it had multiple different owners, and there was a sketchy dude outside the last time we were there. I think that was when we got KFC for dinner again. So I got mac and cheese. My mom got what she normally gets. She gets the chicken. But I kinda just order the mac and cheese because, like, that's what I grew up with kind of, and I can't help myself anymore, but also majority of it's not that I don't like KFC, it's just, like, I'm not as into it as, like, other fast food restaurants, if that makes sense. My favorite one of all time is Wendy's, and it'll stay Wendy's, mostly because of nostalgia. I like their nuggies. They have good chicken nuggets. You can't tell me it's not good. Especially like in the 2000s too. We went there so much. And then also when they were doing the radio thing for Laser 99.3, I think it is, or it's like 99 point something. Because my dad listens to that specific radio station growing up. Excuse me, I wasn't old enough to do the air thing, but my sister was. She won a shirt, and then we got a couple things from like the laser thing, that the laser event that they did, because that was the one near our house where I used to live with my mom and dad, my sister, obviously, and that was so long ago, but I I miss those days because that was back before, that was like during the yellow Wendy's era technically. So that was when we were younger. And I remember that so much because they actually bought me a Frosty that day too. And I love Frosty so much. And that's another reason why I'll love like Wendy's so much. And also they have the Frosty Chino too that I used to drink a lot, especially after my college classes, because that was a that because it helped me de-stress afterward and then watch Stranger Things. But it's just because it tasted like chocolate milk, but it was coffee, so like that was a smart idea. But then they're like they only sell coffee during breakfast when everywhere else sells it all day every day. So why does it matter? Why does it matter? Why should it matter? Why only here? Why only here? Why you got to do that to me? Or sometimes we would literally just go to Dunkin' right after I got out of classes. So we used to drive from like where the college was all the way into another city just to get dunks, because that was the only one open when I got out of class. That was the only one open. My mom is a superhero. My mom is a superhero, literally. But she also did that because like college was so hard, and then also for YouTube at the same time, it was not easy at all. Like I was always stressed out so bad. That's why she did that. She did that for my mental health, cuz she did not want me going back to how it was like when I was in my senior year of high school, because that I don't want to relive that either. Holy Jesus, that was bad. Hey. It is what it is though. It is what it is. And plus, like, I literally started having eczema like last year, where it was only on my left arm and it was in this exact spot, literally, this exact spot, literally. And now, one, it's a bigger rash. And then two, it finally went away for a couple months. And then now it's back and now it won't leave. And now there's like three rashes on two on one hand, one on the other, but almost two because it's starting to literally go on the back of my knuckle on the other side of my arm. So it's not fun. But I'd rather have my eczema be dry than be like stinging and itchy. So it's either or. So that sucks. Plus, it's going to be a little bit before I go to Foster, Rhode Island as well, is because we my mom's car is acting up a little bit, and then we need the fluid so the car doesn't like heat up. I forget what it's called for a second, but it's not hydraulic fluid. I don't know, but there's other stuff going on with the car, and I don't want to go that far, even though it's an hour away from where we are. Kind of like how it is for where my sister lives, but that's like totally different. That's just visiting family, but it still sucks. So I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do the New Haven area either for a little bit too, because I don't want to drive that far. Deerfield is closer. It's not an hour drive. It's like 30 minutes, or not even, or at least it doesn't feel that way with the Mercury because it's a faster car. But that's also why I have like two food reviews too. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna find another location to do haunted history within the time it takes to get the car fixed. And then my dad's truck died a couple days ago when he was just getting gas. So it's literally like we've just had really, really bad luck recently. So yeah, I know. I remember because you told me about that, Mark. That sucks. That really sucks. How are you able to do anything? Don't aren't you renting a car or something? Because I forget if you told me that too. I totally forget. Excuse me. Plus, I also got fries too in here. They're not fries with best fries. Because Wendy's wasn't the same as it used to be. But they're cold. I can heat them up in the air fryer. That's gonna be fine. Maybe. Yeah, welcome back, Savage. Literally. Well, be careful with Ubers because they can be very dangerous, Mark. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. And it's good that you have friends that help you out too while your car's in the shop because that's beautiful to have. Our car's not even gonna go to the shop. It's gonna be Alex fixing it. So I'll get to spend time with Lily during that time period too. I got to hold her that night while like Brandon went to go to the bathroom and then my mom went to go to the bathroom too. It's probably not gonna happen for a while. No, I can't wait for that too. Oh my god! So like, there's one video I think that Alex told me like he was excited for because it did so well and that there's ads for it. I forget which one it was. I think that was my 19th birthday video. I don't remember. It was one of my older ones that did really well. So like, and then he got me like too excited at that point, and nothing ever came of it at all. I was like, thank you, Alex, for that one. He didn't mean to. He just thought like from that video alone that would have helped, but actually not really. Honestly, I think if one were to help out, the location I think would be the abandoned dam or mill, whatever one, because everyone's like, well, it's a mill, but also to me, I think it could be either or, because it also kind of looks like a fishery too in a way. So yeah, that's because there's a lot of reasons why I'm not yet for a while. My videos suck. My videos suck. The one that did well recently that only got like 100 views was the Fright Fest video, but I honestly thought that would have done a little bit better, even though like the quality was kind of crap. But like I figured that it would have done better, at least a little bit more than it is what it is. But I mean, I guess. But there is a place that I do want to. There's a abandoned location that I want to do so bad, and I can't. I can't because if I ask V to go, we're gonna end up stalling because the Jeep is manual. But it's just it. I know exactly how to get there. That's the thing, but I don't know. I don't remember what that place was because that place was like open in 2020. It closed in 2020. So, and it was a business building because they have like the handicap parking. And excuse me, the time to go would be right now is when the foliage is so good though. There's also a lot of other abandoned locations in that area, but this one would have been is easier to do for a lot of reasons because yeah, it's off of a main road, but it's not as active during like the weekdays. And I want to do it so bad because for some reason, like, I should know what it is, but I don't, if that makes sense. I should know what it is, but I don't, which is sad because I've passed by this building for years, so I should know what it is, but it's not. I've only seen probably like one or two people like park in the parking lot like a couple times. And then down the street is like a Dollar General, not even down the street, it's like right next to it. And then the other place too, which I forget what that is. I think it's like an antique thing. Maybe. I don't know. They do. Because again, I could do better with some of them. There's a lot that I want to redo, but I can't because it wouldn't work with how I formatted the videos. But for the Deerfield one, I kind of did that one backwards because we had to record at the cemetery first, and then went over. Also, I want to make another tidbit. So my mom is not going to sound the best in the Deerfield video, and then also the Duncan review is because she was sick, so she's gonna sound very stuffily because she was sick for a while too. She was also sick while I was sick, but my mom had a cold. I did not. I did not. The reason why I got so sick was a totally different reason. Totally different reason. Also, the Big Mac review, the chicken Big Mac review is not gonna be the best either because that was recorded blurry. For some reason, it kills me, but I couldn't redo it because it was all messed up because I like to do the review before I even eat the like I want to have the first reaction of it. You see what I mean? So so that one's gonna be bad, but but that video is technically a placeholder kind of. So that's a placeholder for something else. So it really sucks because I did have a plan to do a couple of abandoned places, but it just sucks because one, I can't go into places alone, and two, I'm normally always with my mom, so therefore I just don't want her getting hurt, obviously. So I don't want her following me into a place. I would rather go with other people if that makes sense. And then V, during the summer was hard to work around a lot of the time because she worked at an amusement park. So she had interesting hours in the first place and she was technically working technically all the time. She didn't really have like a day off, so it was like intensifying. Um and then also was the part of finding places, but there's a lot of places in Munson, Massachusetts too. And then there's also the place that I was recommended the last time when I got caught at that one place. I don't know. I gotta watch that because I get that. I remember. I don't remember. I have to rewatch that video. I think that video did actually turn out well, so I was mad that that one didn't do as well as I thought it would be because I thought that one would have gained traction, sadly. But it is what it is, but also I was a dumbass and I walked right into a room filled with asbestos without I did have the mask on me, but I didn't know it was asbestos, which is stupid because my grandfather worked with asbestos, so I should know what it looks like. Honestly, it was so it was so stupid. Oh, jeez. Yes, I know you deal with that a lot. Fluff. I know you do. True, but the reason why it wasn't focused out is because I had to start the recording from where I was, so that's and it didn't refocus. So I've been having the focusing problem a lot recently. So a lot of footage I couldn't use. I was able to fix it in Deerfield because that happened to me when I was at the Deerfield Inn for that part of the video, so that sucked. I fixed it, so yay. But I was able to see the viewfinder, and then my mom had to take a call. I don't know who she was calling. It was either my dad or it was my sister or my godmother again. I don't know because she kept getting calls like left and right that whole day. So I'm like, can we just get all of this done? Because she wanted me to do this fast because she had the family event later on. So I'm like, Jesus. And she wasn't feeling well either. So I wanted to do this as quickly as we could. And then afterward, we went to Clarksdale right after. Uh, but yeah. Last time because again, you're only on for like 5 seconds, Noah, so, like, I did it, like, right before you left in a way, so, like, that's why You just noticed that now? You're just a regular mod, though, I think. I think. Maybe. No. Yeah, you are. Technically, no. No, it wasn't the first mod. The first mod was V, actually. But she wouldn't be like to be called that, even though that's in she really has to change her YouTube name, her username, because, um, yeah. Then why are you bringing it up now? Exactly, why are you bringing that up now? If you noticed then, why are you bringing it up now? Huh? Exactly. Ugh. Plus, there's also another house that we thought was abandoned because of how, like, beat up it looks, but actually it's not. There's somebody who actually lives there. And then also they were cleaning it out too. So I was like, "Oh, is this place abandoned?" And I wanted to go there, but no, it's not abandoned. Somebody lives there. So, yeah. I think he is too, Noah. And yeah, there's more mods in your live streams obviously, but again, you have a lot more returning viewers than I do. So, there's that. V isn't here, but she's going through some stuff right now, so I wasn't gonna have her. She needs time to just chill. So plus I'm not gonna be seeing her for another couple weeks practically. But it is what it is though. She I'm surprised that she didn't eat as much candy as I thought she was gonna be because I thought that she was gonna eat my house out of the candy. So legitimately, I thought that, so because normally that happens. Normally that happens. Every time she comes over, she eats every single thing that we have or drinks every single thing that we have. Like, she almost drinks all of the apple cider that we have at our house, or, like, it's I love her, but it's so funny. It's so funny, but she does a lot for me, so that's why I'm constantly just letting her have the food. But also she has a problem where like she has to eat constantly or else she'll have bad acid reflux. So it's quite interesting. It happens, Mark. And yeah, I think you were one of Noah's first mods, honestly, too. But I don't remember most of what has happened recently, so it might come back to me, but who the heck knows at this point. I might need to take them. That's not the right pocket. Or did I take them out? Where did I put them then? No, they're still in the pocket. There you go. Anyway, yeah. I thought that there was a new comment, but there isn't. Okay. But I do like doing live streams on my laptop is so that I can see the chat, even though it's like really, really bad quality compared to my phone. But that way, like, because where I am in my room, there's not like the best service in the house because the Wi-Fi motor is near the living room. Literally, it's in the room next to the living room. So it's like it sucks. So like where I am and where my grandmother's room was, we have like the worst Wi-Fi. And then like in the bathroom is also the worst Wi-Fi too. Like sometimes I could literally be taking a bath and then I'm listening to like YouTube and it just reroutes. I'm like, I'm not in here for it to reroute. Just let me watch my shit while I'm just soaking in the water. Literally, it sucks. Ugh. Plus, I did do a lot of chores recently, so I'm pooped. literally last few days. But again, I should have the video done by Monday though, because I got most of it done. So I'm almost done with the cemetery part of the video because where I'm gonna end the video is gonna be at the academy, which I didn't do too long for the academy because I there wasn't really that much about the academy. So I was like, great, great. No, okay. It depends. So I feel like you have to have a certain mm, maybe I don't know. I don't know because because like for the community tab, right? For you to make community tab post, you have to have like over 100 followers for that, like subscribers for that. And I think you could do YouTube lives just cuz I think. I think it doesn't I don't think it really matters for live streams, but I didn't do live streams until I had like 500 subs. So that's just me. So I technically have no idea. And of course, Noah doesn't remember. Noah doesn't remember most of stuff. I'm only joking. And think I sat on the I think I sat on these last night. They're squished. I might just eat the other gummies instead because I don't think I can eat these anymore. Not because I sat on them, but just saying, like, maybe I don't know. Did you look it up? Did you look it up, Mr. Noah? Did you? Did you? I think you did. Who knows? Hmm. I don't know. They're not Mark, no. They're not gummy bears. They're not even the shape of bears. They're literally just rectangles. That's not correct. It's not correct. Again, I'm not gonna take them until later. Like, even though I'm tempted to take them, really should not until I get enough editing done because I wouldn't be able to get anything done if I take them now. I would literally just be laying on my bed just about to pass out. So I should have taken a nap, but we didn't have time today. Because all I want to do is sleep. Literally. I think you'll be able to do it, Mark. I think you'll be fine. You can do it. You got this, Mark. You're a very interesting person. I think you can do it. You'll be more successful than me and Noah, honestly, for sure. Hello, Royal Kingdom. I love how your profile photo is an Irish flag, or at least I think that's an Irish flag. I just think it's an Irish flag because of the colors. I'm just gonna put you there. I had to sit back on the pillow because my back has been killing me recently too. Literally, like last night while I was editing, I literally had the heating pad on my back and I was just laying down for most of it because I couldn't edit otherwise and it sucked. It sucked. And then I also had to stop editing because one, from me laying down and then I was straining my eyes, so I almost got a headache, and then I had to stop also because my back was killing me even more. So I was like, great. It sucks because like my lower back has been killing me for like the past couple weeks, and it sucks. It sucks because then I can't get much done. I still try. I still force myself to do stuff, but honestly, at some point, I probably have to soak myself in boiling hot water because I think it's because I stopped doing that it's been affecting my back more often, and it sucks because that normally helps. Honestly, I am feeling good today. How are you feeling? Honestly, again, I do feel bad because I did make the post about going live yesterday, and then I ended up not. But that's my sister's fault, not mine. because we can't say no, especially my mom can't say no because she will always take any reason to see my niece. So that is her grandchild, her first grandchild. So I mean, it makes sense, literally. I really love RC Cola. It's good. A lot of people won't like it. I mean, it tastes practically the same, but it's not the same. I used to not like it as a kid because, like, I was so used to drinking like Coca Cola, or like Diet Coke, or like, excuse me, Pepsi or Diet Pepsi, because like that's all my mom would fill in the, excuse me, the Six Flags cups whenever we would go to Six Flags. We practically lived there. We did, literally. It's a good thing everybody's talking to each other. It's nice. Why'd you have to use an exclamation point, Noah? What was that for? Yeah, we definitely will be there, Mark, when you go live for sure. Because honestly, you're way more interesting than me and Noah, or at least me, or at least me. Really? That's a long time to be gone for, because like again, consistency is a very big key to be with YouTube. Like, I'm not saying like post like every day. Oh Jesus Christ, I used to do that when I started. I was so stressed out. And then I remember telling that to Alex, and Alex was like, once a week, calm down, you're fine, you're gonna live just because you didn't upload one day. But like, yeah, because a lot of my earlier videos were like that, and don't watch them, they're cringe. Cause I remember yeah, cause Mark, I remember when you asked me if the guinea pigs were mine, which only one of them was mine. Willow passed away in 2021, right before I graduated high school. So like that also did not help my mental health back then, because she was my little fluffy little nugget. Um I literally called her furry potato and fluff nugget too. She was so cute. I miss her so much though. She was my first ever pet that was specifically mine and not a family pet, literally. So it hit me hard when she passed away. And she passed away because she was just laying on my chest too, because I was making sure that she was comfortable and everything. She passed away right here, and that also hurt badly too. So, and the other guinea pigs were my sisters. And then after, when my sister moved back with my not mine, Alex's family, it technically they became mine kind of after, and that was a lot of animals I had to take care of. I had to take care of a cat and like 50 guinea pigs. It wasn't that many, but that was a lot of guinea pigs, and guinea pigs are a high maintenance pet. They say that they're not, but they kind of are, because they can get sick very easily, and not all vets can take a guinea pig because it's an exotic pet. They kept getting sick and dying on my watch, and there was not anything that I could have done to help them technically, because I didn't know what was going on. And then also Willow gave me a heart attack because she had kidney stones at one time. And that was during when like, when you had to do Zoom stuff for school. So like, holy Jesus. I couldn't sleep because it scared me that I would wake up and my pet would be dead. Like, it was a hard time. And again, she was passing kidney stones, and she got one removed at the vet. I still have it actually. They gave me her kidney stone to keep, which was weird. Which was weird. We were lucky that she didn't have to go through surgery, because otherwise she probably would have died a lot earlier. I miss my furry potato. If you follow my pet account, you'll see like my pet account was originally just for Willow at the beginning. And then now it's Lucy, Licorice. Licorice passed away though. Jade, which was our boxer dog. Thankful for her. I have a story time, but that's a little bit later. I have a story time about Jade in a second, but the way she passed away was also terrifying, but I'm probably not gonna talk about that either. Jesus. Um, Unless you guys want me to, but and then Miss Kitty wasn't really ours, it was Alex's grandmother's cat, and, uh, I miss her. She was a good cat, but also she was Miss Kitty. Anyway, I still loved her to death, even though she wasn't ours technically, but they still kind of took care of her anyway. She still loved me regardless. If you thought that licorice was loud or constantly meowing, oi. I think I made like a video with licorice once. I don't remember. Lucy has been in a couple of my live streams, especially when she was a kitten. The day that we got her was on my one of my Instagram live streams. And then I think that's it. I also made some posts of Theo too, which is a guinea pig that was my sister's. Percy was also a guinea pig that was my sister's. My sister had like two boy guinea pigs, and then the rest were girls, except for like the third one, the other one too. But um yeah, practically. Speaking of, I'm so glad that we had Jade in like 2007 because so the reason is, I don't know if I told everybody this, but so my neighbors had two aggressive dogs, a pit bull and a black lab. I don't know why they're very aggressive for any reason, but they kept getting out of their yard and ending up in our backyard. And this was also kind of the reason why we had Jade in the first place because honestly, those dogs would have been put down if they actually did end up biting me or my sister because that's just how the city was. And it wouldn't matter because again, yeah, the dogs got out, but they should have been watched better anyway. And I was very young and I was very small back then in 2007. Obviously I was like a little walking potato head and little walking potato head. Again, I've always been small, especially again when I was younger. People literally thought I was two when I was like 5 or 6 because of how small I was, and that's also why I used to want to be play soccer as a kid. My mom didn't allow me to because she was so scared that the kids might accidentally kill me because I was so small and fragile, which she was right, but it still hurt. But I was allowed to do dance though, so I mean, that is what it is, and I miss dance class so much. So anyway, so the couple times that it was just the black lab that would get in our yard, and then sometimes it was both of them at once, and then sometimes it was just a pit bull. And don't get me wrong, I do like pit bulls, but like for this, like they're not naturally aggressive. They're not. That is a stereotype. That is. And so they kept getting out into our backyard. There's one time, but there was a couple times before Jade where they got so close to actually about to attack me, and every single time my sister either saw it through the window of our house or she was outside too, and she ran into the house to get my mom. Therefore, that obviously, and my mom and my dad hated what was going on because they didn't want anything happening to us in the first place, and they would go and talk to our neighbor. They eventually did move away at some point, but it's just I didn't. I went to school with their son too, so like that was also like an awkward thing, and I was friends with their son too back in the day. He really loved Thomas the Train growing up, and so did I. So that's what we bonded on. But anyway, and then a couple times after we got Jade, and when she was grown up and wasn't a puppy anymore, a little bit. And again, this was around the 2000s, obviously, because we had Jade for almost 10 years before she passed away. And I thank that boxer dog so much as a child because without her, we wouldn't have been protected in the first place because there's a lot of sketchy stuff that happened in the area that we lived, obviously. So that was one of the reasons why we got Jade in the first place, and that's also why she was a boxer dog, also in the first place. And she was the best dog ever. She was a happy dog. She did not like my aunt though. My aunt that is no longer my aunt. But Yeah, it's she did not like her specifically at all. She was like the only person that she didn't like. But everybody was scared of Jade because she was always happy to see people and she could get pretty happy by being hyper. So a lot of people thought that she was gonna attack him, which made no sense. She was a saint. Okay. And she used to literally go after and attack the dogs that were about to literally attack me and Brianna when we were growing up. Because I remember that there was one time where I was in the patio and then Brianna was already outside. So she saw the dog coming in and it was coming closer. It got very close to my sister, but she was able to get into the house to get Jade and she brought Jade out and Jade went after the other dog. And I have no idea how they kept getting in our backyard in the first place because our backyard is like fenced in. So it makes no exact sense. And my sister told me like 50 times before she went into the house to stay in the patio. Obviously, I listened. And then the dog was attacking the door and trying to get through the windows and then going to the back door of the patio to try to get in, which was weird. And we never did anything to those dogs. So it's just quite interesting. We were just like two kids. I looked like I was a small little toddler, though. I wasn't. I was probably like 5 or like 6 or probably 7 at that point. I don't really remember, but I'm not really good with that anyway. Brandon would be able to tell you how old I was during that time, but to me, I don't feel like that I was that age because again, I was just small. So like again, Jade saved both me and my sister's lives more than once, and I we miss her every day. We had to bury her in the backyard. We do have like a little fairy monument for her in the backyard to keep um know of where she's buried in the backyard. We did not get her cremated. We only barely had enough to get her euthanized because she kept having seizures one day when I was coming home from school. And Jade passed away when I was in sophomore in high school. So it's probably like around like 16 when we lost Jade practically. It does suck because she was sick and she did have cancer and that's was what was happening. And I held her paws when she was getting euthanized too. It was sad. It was a sad day. I miss her so much. Again, she was the best dog ever, and it's kind of like how we have her. She got reincarnated into Nyla because they have like the same personality, except Nyla likes to pee sometimes when she gets excited. So, like, we can't look at her directly every time we walk into my sister's house because otherwise she's gonna pee on the floor. I love her to death though, and she did headbutt me in the jaw once, but that was she didn't mean to. It hurt though. I was bruised there for a while, and you probably could see it in a couple of my videos during that time. I don't remember, unless if I didn't. But again, she's just happy. She's a happy dog. Yeah, perfect, Mark. Perfect, Mark. You're the same way as Nyla when you get excited. You should probably get that checked out though, honestly, because I don't think that's a good thing. For humans though, for animals that's different because I don't think that they really realize that, but she honestly I feel like she should have grown out of it cuz she's like about to be 2 years old at this point, so she should have grown out of that though. So, but I love Nyla though. She's adorable. Aggressive, but adorable. Jade wouldn't have done that. I mean, Jade used to jump up on people, but that was it. She never like butted anybody unless it was like an accident. But also she was a boxer dog, so she doesn't have like a long nose like Nyla does, so it wasn't like as painful. It still hurt, but it wasn't as painful like at all. I miss her though. I miss Jade. I want to show you guys a picture of her. I think I have one on here. Oh wait, should I check here first? Nah, I'll do it on here. I'll find one because, like, also Jade. One of Jade's photos is on the profile photo of my pet page. Here's Nyla. This is gonna be far down. I'm gonna find you a photo of Jade really quickly. Most of it's oh, I miss her so much. She's so cute. I don't even know where my parasol is either. I missed that. I can find it. I did post about her a couple times, so I don't know where it is. I'll find it. I have too many photos on this account. There's most of these are cringe. Don't look at them. But that was like during my high school days, so that makes so much sense. Or at least the ones with me in it. You can look at Willow. That doesn't matter as much because she's adorable. I don't even know where that hat is either anymore. Ah, crap. I don't have. Wait a minute. I don't? I thought I did. Oh. Mama, don't worry about it. I can do it.
No, I can't stay here all night.
I was going to do it afterward.
Well, it's already almost 4 o'clock. I'm not staying here 10 hours.
You weren't. Oh, that's Nyla. I don't have any photos of her. No, there's a. No. Mm. I have it somewhere. I'm going to find it. Jesus. Let's see. Maybe I don't. I post too much. There's too many posts on here. Most of these are just cringe from like 2021. Ugh. I have Pudge, which is funny, but I don't. I do have a photo of Miss Kitty. I do have a lot of Pudge on here. And P2. Well, there's Jay, but that's not a good photo. Where is it? Oh, here's a better one. My sister took this. Got it. Found it. Oop. That's what Jade looked like. That was our Jade. Literally. That's what she looked like. That's an older photo. You should guys should see what she looked like as a puppy, but I don't have a photo of that. Brianna does. Yeah, I miss her every day though, for sure. Cause she was the best dog ever. She was. Again, she would also wait for me to come home too every day. Before that became Pudge's turn because Pudge always knew when I was coming home. He would always wait at the stairs for me in the basement. So like it and then I would just go down the stairs obviously and just snuggle with him. He also was a really good dog too. You good? I think she stubbed her toe on the washing machine. Whew, I'm tired. But yeah, Jade was a saint, and again, we miss her every day. She was the best dog ever. Yep, I do that too when I'm doing wash too. Like I always walk into the or stub my toe on the washing machine every time, or I drop the top on my hand by accident or fingers. It's not the best thing ever either. And plus, that photo was off of my main Instagram, and that was old. So don't scroll that far on my, never scroll that far on my Instagram because there's again, it's just mostly just cringe from around the time where I first got Instagram, and this was my second Instagram account because I got logged out of my original Instagram account and I could never get logged back in, and now it's private account. So, but the profile photo is still the same because it was just a photo of me and my grandmother before she had her Alzheimer's, honestly. That was years ago. And I haven't worn that flannel in years either. And I have no idea where it is either. I don't have it anymore. No, Mark, no. Don't do that. No, no, no. It's all cringe. It's all cringe. And most of it is literally just like Willow stuff and then licorice stuff and then mostly pet stuff for a while. It's all old stuff. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Avert the eyes, please. Jeez, don't do it. Seriously, don't do it. No, no, because that's what it looked like with my natural hair color. Don't do it. No, that's even worse. No, it's too many posts. You'll get bored between half of it anyway. What's the point of it? What's the point of it? There is no point of it. Plus, you can tell the difference of what I looked then versus now, too. Jeez. Looks like Noah got quiet. Noah left for 1,000 years. Noah's gone. Normal. I was just teasing you. I was just teasing you. Don't, no, Mark, don't do that now. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Nope. No, please don't do that. Nobody needs to see my face that much. Especially a photo that was me like in my teenage years. I don't think that would be a good example either. So most of those were from when I was a teenager. So gee. Plus I look young in those photos too. Jeez. Well. Not that that's a bad thing. Not that that's a bad thing, obviously, because I was younger, but oy. No. Please don't do it. My background is literally just the moon photo that I took from the last supermoon practically. That's it. That was one of my favorite ones that I took that day, that morning. That was taken in the morning because you could tell the difference because the light blue is so pretty. Like I got a lot of good ones that morning. I still gotta post most of those. I took way too many. And then there's gonna be a new supermoon on the 15th. So I'm gonna be up all night for that one too. Just gonna be watching the moon. Nah, I feel like a ginormous nerd. Literally. I used to do that beforehand too, before I even took photos and stuff like that. I used to just sit out and just stare at the sky practically. Sometimes it made me feel like a weirdo, but it is what it is. Everybody likes what they like. I was always a space nerd though, so that's normal. I need to get more RC Cola. This is the only one that they had. Literally. If you guys notice the flickering, that's what it looks like whenever our stuff is in the wash. That's normal. So it's gonna be like that the whole time it's in the wash. So that's creative, kind of. Yep. And plus, literally on the way to the restaurant last night, my sister was like, "Oh, I watched your video for like, because she watched she watched the Connecticut Valley General Hospital video, and oh, geez, that was terrifying. I was like, "Oh, you watched that?" She's like, "Yeah, I watched some of your videos." I'm like, "Just some of my videos?" I'm like, "Technically, you're supposed to be there watching all of them. You're my sister." I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, but like that, out of all the videos that I would want her to see, like, because there's one cemetery that you can see from the road in Waterbury, Connecticut. That looks like part of it is from either like it could be an army buried there for like veterans specifically, or it could be an area that looked like you can't really tell unless you're there, but it literally looked like how that they used to bury people for some of the cemeteries that they would have for the asylums. Excuse me, like the Connecticut Valley State Hospital that we went to. And then Brandon's like, "Oh, didn't you go to one?" Because she brought up the video. I'm like, "Please don't watch that video. Don't." And then when I posted some videos for like a flashback post of it, like I got like the worst type of comments on that post, and I didn't respond to any of them because it just made me very uncomfortable. But I'm used to getting those comments anyways because I normally get those no matter like depending on what I'm wearing in the photo, and it's not right, and literally like I just think that it's gross and disrespectful in my opinion. But like again, the internet's the internet. People are gonna comment stupid shit anyways. So yeah, kind of. But it's not just a full moon, it's also a super moon, Mark. It's not a regular, it's like another hunter's moon or harvest moon, if that makes sense. So it's supposed to be closer to Earth and it looks super huge. That's what a super moon is. It's still a full moon, but it's also called a full it's also called a full moon. It's also called a super moon because of that. So and yeah, I keep track of those because I like to take photos of them, and that's why I barely have any storage on my SD cards because of that. Because I can't help myself but take 30,000 photos because I'm a weird person. A lot of them come out really good, so either way, I mean, it's just me practicing like distance photography at the same time, but like, I mean, I guess wildlife photography I love too, and that's why we go to the meadows a lot of the time. I wasn't able to get the bald eagle a couple times because my camera just decided to not focus no matter what I did. So I'm like, geez. But also that poor camera that I have, the Nikon Coolpix B500, that thing has seen the war practically. So it's like that, and then my mom dropped it in mud. So that same day that we got caught at that abandoned factory, so that was not fun. I was ready to cry on my way home that day because I was like, if it does not work anymore, because they don't sell those cameras in store anymore, I would have to order that online. And I'm like, I really don't want to. There was also some that were selling them on like Marketplace too. So the same color too, which I thought was funny. But like, if I'm gonna get another one, I don't want to get the same color. But then again, I already have like other black cameras, so at this point, I'd rather just get the purple one, I guess. Hey, Jeffrey, that's fine. As long as you're here now, it doesn't matter. But it's good that you're back, bruh. Literally. Didn't you like message me like a day ago? I think you did about something. Oh no, because no, it was the photo with my braids in from the deer field. You told me to post that because you thought it was cute. And I did because it was on my story. Yeah, that it was either you or if it was Converse Corner, and I was wearing my Converse in that. Okay, so it was you because sometimes I get you guys is confused because you guys are not the same account, obviously. But I'm just there's too many people who are Converse. But I feel like that's exactly like my whole audience is just people who love Converse. And then like you're not the only one because like Devin is always telling me like I have to wear my Converse more often now because it's been so long. I guess, but like the reason why I don't wear them is because their traction on them are so bad that I oh my gosh. When you guys see the new Deerfield video, you see me almost literally trip in a hole at the or a dip in the ground at the cemetery. It took only 5 seconds. I wasn't paying attention. It was hilarious, literally. Yeah, true, Mark. Yeah, you should. You should find exactly the perfect spot to go to get photos. Sometimes we go out and drive around too, because there's a couple places where I can't get really good shots of it. And then also in Granby, Massachusetts, they like if you go like at night and then you park like in where you can park, allowed to park, and then take photos from there. Literally, it you get the best view and then also the best lighting. Majority of the time I can't leave home, so I have to do it from my porch, which isn't like the best thing ever because sometimes the moon gets blurry because of all the light pollution around already, so it sucks. It sucks that that I gotta live in a city for now, but yeah. Not that I don't like it, but I'm just saying like it sucks. It sucks so much, literally. I know. Cause my Converse are so old. I bought them myself with like Christmas money back in high school, and they survived so much. And another reason why I don't wear them as much is because they're ripping. They're ripping and there's holes in them. So I'm like, no. But then again, if I will, yeah, that'll probably not be the best decision. But I'll probably so when it gets warm again, Jeff, I'll probably wear them at the abandoned mill if I go with V because V will probably have to be constantly holding me like a human stand because like it's because there's no traction on them. I'm gonna slip and I'm gonna die. It's not gonna be the best decision, but it'll be good for views, but also not because I'm gonna break a leg or something or break my arm. But I will do it. I'll die for the video for you guys. I'll die for the video for you guys. Roaches? Nice. I bet though, for us, it really depends, but um, because again, I walk around the city at night sometimes, so I can also get better photos depending on where I end up. But it's hard when you live in the city because of light pollution, and then it's just gonna give you glares too sometimes. So, or it makes like the moon look way too bright when it's not supposed to be. But it also depends on like how you zoom in and stuff like that. Because V wants to get a camera that's like 60 times zoom. And I'm like, are you trying to beat me? Are you trying to beat me? Seriously? And it's also a Nikon too. And I'm like, why you gotta do that to me? You're competing with me. That's not fair. It's funny though. Literally. I am busy these days, but not with school. I'm no longer a college student. It's other stuff cuz I'm either getting dragged into stuff and then I can't do what I want to or it's like we have to or something happens with the car because I'm afraid that the car might actually actually blow up possibly because we need the temperature fluid for the car and it's also because of how it's been moving whenever we're driving. I don't like that and I don't feel safe in the car. So I'm like, at this point, we're not going to go anywhere that far with the car at the moment. So that's also why. And that's also why I did like a couple like food reviews recently. I'm also probably going to do more haunted history. So we'll see. I. Hmm. But no, it's also because of that, or it's because like I want to do certain things, and then I can't do those certain things alone, like urbexing. I can't go in alone because it's extremely dangerous to do so. I mean, I do have my pocket knife still, but it's mostly just that, and it's just hard to work with everybody else's schedule. Like V is also kind of going through something right now, so she's just chilling. So I get that she's going through it, which is funny considering I was going through it, and then which is it. I'm saying it's funny because it's ironic because as soon as I'm starting to feel better, she is going down, and I feel bad because I can't go and see her at the moment because I have to do my editing too because I want to make sure that this video's out on Monday. So it's really like because again, I've already been procrastinating enough. I can't give extra time out right now. I can't because I have to finish the video because again I was trying to do more editing last night, but since I was a little drunk from dinner, I couldn't continue it as soon as we got home. I like 5 minutes after I was done doing at least some editing because I forced myself to do it, I fell asleep. I fell asleep and then I slept through the whole night. So I'm like, thank God. I didn't wake up until like not really like around 9 something because I kept going back and forth. Yes, yes, we still are, but I am working on getting a job, so I'll probably be having my own car at some point. And then I'll be because I don't think you've seen my other lives, Jeff. So I'm gonna explain it to you because you haven't been around. But and I'm still going through that too. But there, I'll talk about the rest of it later, but I'm trying to also get my license this year too. So I'm just trying to get the job stuff figured out first and then focus on that because I also need to focus on getting videos out too. Because again, like I think last week and the week before, I didn't get a video out. I'm going to check to see if that's correct because the last video I did was like what? Hold on. Which was the Fright Fest video. So that was like 11 days ago, which isn't that long, but it's felt like an eternity to me. And I don't like that because I like to have a video out either once every week or more consistently, but it depends. And then I've been doing live streams mostly recently, so I mean, I guess this helps out too. But yeah, because I plan on getting a Jeep pretty soon, so it's that because it's also because my mom is also helping out Brandon and Alex. So it wasn't a smart thing for me to stay in college in the first place because it's way too expensive. So I gave up on that. And also I just wanted to be able to learn new editing techniques. And that's been helping with my videos recently too. So well, not only that, but I finally remember the keys without having to go on the little the little map on the top. So it's not like going like this. I can use all the keys like this now. So it's helped. It helps. Uh just saying. It's cool though. It is. But yeah, so that's how it's going now, and I want to be able to help my mom out with the car, but also the Mercury is old, so like that's why there's a lot of stuff that has to be redone on the car right now is because it's older, and we also drive more than my grandmother and Papa did. So that's also why we've been getting stuff done in the car a lot recently. So and people like to blame it on me, and I'm like, technically no, because it's an older car. Things do need to get replaced at some point. So not everything's gonna stay original. So yeah, you should. That would be fun, Mark. That would be fun. You should do that for sure. You should do that. Listen, when you start doing that for your channel, send me the link to that because I really want to do that. I really want to see that. Sorry, I'm tired. It is not, Jeff. It is not because like I was ready to like give up a little bit, but my mom's like, like not for the job searching, not for the job searching. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's because like for what I tried to do, like either it's because I keep getting rejected and I had to fight for everything to work out in the first place for like months, and then it just feels like at this point I should just give up on that specific job at this point. But she's making me do the other. It's the same job, but for a different school, a school that I went to specifically. So like, so I'm gonna try for that, I guess. But I do have a backup plan for that too. So literally. Yes, I know, Noah. I know. Eh, you could have just said that later, though. And obviously, yeah, that makes sense. Obviously. But also, just so you know, by the way, my mom's not going to let me, as soon as I get my driver's license, she's not going to let me drive that far by myself. So, yeah, that's her rule, not mine. But again, like, even I would be scared to do that on my own too. But that's just because it's mostly just because of recently, because I've just been getting tired, but I don't think that would be a problem later on, I guess. I could be low on vitamin D again, possibly, but I also think it's just because of the depression as well. Because again, I just want to be like sleeping 24/7. Like I can't even stay awake for like a whole hour sometimes, or I can stay awake for an hour and then the next hour, it's my body's forcing me to go back to sleep. So it sucks. So yeah, eventually, yeah, but once I start driving, I do have to stay around here, or at least if it is a longer drive, it should be like an hour, but somebody has to be with me to do that because my mom will literally kill me. And you know how my mom is, Noah. You know how my mom is. She'll also go after you if you made me drive that far as soon as I got my license. But as soon as she's confident in my driving, I think it'll be fine. But driving in general scares me. But it's also kind of for like a stupid reason at the same time because it's just related to. Okay, so story time. Me too, Jeff. Me too. I do want to be sleeping 24/7. Okay, no, hold on. I will answer you in a second, but I do I do want to talk about this too. So, okay. So, back when me and my sister were younger, we had a Barbie Jeep, right? So it's kind of like, the cars that you'd have to charge the big battery in like the 2000s and then put it in the middle, right? Whenever I would drive that, I would crash into the house. I would crash into the tree. I would crash into technically anything. And then when we were driving it in the backyard, because we have a hill in the backyard, we used to flip over in the back. It didn't matter who was driving or not. It'd be both me and my sister. We were so lucky we didn't break our necks, but like being a child in the 2000s is nothing compared to now. Especially, oh my god, even my brother used to drive that too. I don't know why he was allowed to or how his butt was able to fit in there because he was like 13, I think. He was either 13 or 14 or whatever, or 16 probably. I don't know what year we got the Jeep, so we did get it around the time he was living with us though. Excuse me, but no, he would also flip over too, but that's also because like he looked so ridiculous driving it because and my brother's like average height for a guy, so it was like around 5'7", 5'9", kind of, not 5'11" or anything, because he's short to Alex, and Alex is 5'11". So either way, he kind of looks like a walking stick compared to Alex, though. But everybody does, everybody does, because Alex is a buff dude. He is. Jeez. Anyway, yep. Yeah, I know. You tell me that like every 5 seconds, Noah. It does, Mark. It does because vitamin D is what we get from the sun. So I mean, it makes sense because I haven't been outside that much either. So, and I keep forgetting to take my vitamins in the first place. So that's also why. So I get low on vitamin D pretty easily because like, I'm not out as much as I should. Honestly, I should just go lay out in the sun. But it's been also chilly, so there's that. No, that's not how it works, Jeffrey. It's not how it works, Jeffrey. But no, because like whenever we would practice back in the day, like when I was in school still or about to graduate, right? I would be driving the Ford Fusion like 5 miles an hour in the parking lot, and but it's also because like whenever my mom is in the car, she makes my anxiety high, which is hilarious. So like say if I was like this was before we got rid of her old Jeep, the white Jeep. She has like the manual, which is the red one now, and Jesus Christ, that stresses me out too because she wants to teach me how to drive manually the stick, and oh no, no, I told her like that's gonna kill me. That's gonna kill me because listen, if I was already like a little bit stressed out driving an automatic and it's easier for me. So okay, so for as an example, go watch the live streams of the American Truck Simulator because that was me technically driving a stick, but it was a video game and she had to constantly remind me to switch the gears every single time. It was stressful and it wasn't stressful. Also, it's very hilarious to go watch it. Not now, but go watch it when you have time because it's. And then we both took the magnesium gummies at the same time. So we were both kind of like feeling the relaxingness of the magnesium. So it was it was more funny. I haven't taken mine yet, but I'm already partially relaxed, so I guess that is what it is. But yeah, literally, it's still funny though. It's still funny. We did sell the Barbie Jeep though, eventually. No. If you no, if you have Jeeps were manual by the beginning, technically. Also, all cars used to be manual driven, actually, before they switched it to automatic. Automatic cars aren't as like if you go to a car show, mostly majority of those, if they're not a newer car, they're mostly stick. They're mostly stick. And like I as much as I want like a Volkswagen bus in the future, I want to be able to drive it because V would not have the patience to be able to teach me in the first place, and I feel like the only person who would probably be able to teach me in a way that it's not gonna kill either one of us is Alex, and that's it. Alex doesn't drive stick though, but if he was able to pick it up, he can pick it up like that because that's just how Alex is practically. He is a jack of all trades, but it's just like if anybody else teaches me, it's not gonna work the same way because it has to like I have to learn a certain way because of my ADHD, and I also have to have somebody who I can actually pay attention to, if that makes sense. Because for certain things, I cannot have like a long attention span, depending on what it is. Just like how I almost failed school because of math in the first place. I'm way too stubborn to learn math because it makes me hate my brain so much. So it's hard, and the only reason why I survived was because Alex taught me how to solve for x. That's the only reason why I survived. And then I ended up doing it for fun afterward anyway, but doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But some Jeeps are actually automatic because, again, these last Jeep, the white one, was automatic. And she actually, her car before that one was also stick too. So she's more used to it than me, honestly. So yes, you do, but you have to get your permit first. You have to get, you can't just go right to your license. You have to get the permit first and have it for like a couple months and then get the license. That's how that works in the US. It's kind of annoying, but that's how it is done. And also technically there's a lot of people who pass and shouldn't be driving in the first place. So there's that too. Cuz like my mom is not going to like me driving on the highway either. So, yeah. And okay, so back to what Noah was saying. Also, Noah, it also depends on what job I end up getting because for scheduling difficulties already, it also depends on what days that you have off and what I have off. And if I do end up getting the job that I'm kind of forced to apply for in a way, because I kind of already gave up in a way, because I would rather just work somewhere else at this point. Anyway, I'll be working all day through the week, and then I'll only have like weekends off unless there's like Jewish holidays or something. So like that's something that we have to work around as well. Except for the summers, those are fine. Obviously, because I would have if I get that job, then I'll have the summers off completely, unless they put me for summer school. So anyway, okay. Yeah, no, Jeff, that's not a good thing. Yeah, true. I mean, you can still you get you for okay, for the US, right? The states. You still can take the driver's lessons for the permit and the driver's test for both. But it's mostly driving lessons, like this driver school is mostly aimed towards like teenagers for like 16-year-olds technically, but you can still go to driver's ed for if you're an adult too, but technically majority of the people who go to driver's ed are teenagers normally. And or at least for like my school they forced you to take driver's ed if you were going to get your license. So it's weird, but yeah, cuz I know because my old friends went through that. Or at least one of my friends went through that. My other friend didn't. I don't know if she has her driver's license now because we don't talk anymore, obviously, and we haven't been friends since like junior year of high school. So that's fine. I don't need to know. That's her business, not mine. But also, a lot of people can't drive because of health reasons too, which is sad. But also, a lot of people have offered to teach me to drive too, and that also scares me. Not that it's just because like I'm just scared that people are just gonna get mad at me too quick, and then I'm just gonna end up crying for like 30 minutes, and we're just trying to like learn how to drive because that could also end up happening. But not that I don't trust my mom teaching me how to drive because she taught Brianna how to drive. But the difference is like my sister drives like a speed demon, and then there's me going 5 miles an hour. Probably eventually I'll be comfortable at speed, but it's just because like I've witnessed and been in the car with a lot of family members who would speed, and I've almost died because they were speeding, so it's not fun. And I've also been in a car with a drunk driver too, so it's not fun. So it's like I overthink all the time, and it's not fun at all. But yeah, so there's that. But again, I can't bring myself to study, but I do have the driver's ed book at the moment. And then I was actually learning to get my license a little bit ago actually. And then but I was doing that online and I can't do that. I need the actual book physically because if you do it online, it's going to depending on where the heck you're going, for the test there would always be switching and it was so annoying. I'm like these are not the same things that I was as the other times either. So it's interesting and it's not fun. Excuse me. But I can't wait to get my own car and also drive to places because it's going to be better for YouTube in all honesty for a lot of reasons. So because once I start working and if I get that job that I've been trying to apply for, like the paraprofessional positions, I will definitely be working from like 8 to 3 majority of the time, and it's going to be all week, all day, every week. So it's going to be tough for me once I get used to the schedule. It's going to be quite interesting. And then I will probably have to stop doing urbexing for a little bit because I can't do it as much as before because the place that I'm working for is kind of strict for the place that I'm applying to. And I would know because I went to school there. They're also strict on the children. And I also don't know how it'll work because I feel like all the mental stuff that I would come back to me as soon as I start working there. So like I just honestly I just hope that it doesn't work out because of that because like I don't think I'll be able to deal with that either. Oh, it's bad. But yeah. But yeah. And I think Noah disappeared again. So Noah's gone. Ugh. I'm in a different position because I kept sitting crisscross applesauce and I want to be here for like 2 hours and I can't sit crisscross applesauce because it's like my legs are gonna fall asleep and it's not gonna be good for me. Because if I need to get up after a live stream, I need to be able to use my legs. So Yay! And plus, also, I'll be able to go to the beach more often if I have my own car too. And I want to be able to do that because I want to get tan this summer instead of looking like a ghost. Because I told V, and I still have sunscreen from like this year, so we can still use that one. So I told V that she has to go stand in the sun more often because she's very pale, but she also gets burnt a lot. So it's funny. So I I told her that she's very pale, and if we're gonna be going to the beach this year, you have to be a little bit more tan. And then she's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "You never know who you're gonna meet at the beach." And then she just starts laughing at me. I'm like, "Great." I'm like, "You want to look good when you go to the beach anyway, so literally." Yes, they do, Mark. Yes, they do. You can do it, Jeff. You can do it. If you gotta leave to go to work, go ahead. Like, we're not gonna keep you here. You got this though. But wait, hold on. Give me a second. Where is the button? Oh, right there. Okay. I don't know why. It's just there we go. Yay! Put in a message. Put in a message, Jeff, before you go, because I want you to see something cool. I want you to see something cool, literally. Because you're now a moderator if you're still here. Because now you're a moderator, but next time you. There you go. Yep. Yep. See, now you're a moderator. Now you can now you can go back to work. We set you free, Jeff. You're welcome. Cuz I know that you're going to always come back for, you know, literally for other live streams even if you can't make all of them. So I'm apologizing cuz I went live early than I normally do. So yeah, because it was supposed to be for 2 unless I said 3:30. Either way, it doesn't matter because I wanted to do it early because I wanted to get back for, canceling the other day, so that's my fault. My health is better, even though my back has been killing me so badly recently. Other than that, like, I mean, I haven't been feeling well either, but, like, that's kinda normal. So, like, that's kinda normal. That's not a good thing to say, but, like, nah, cause it's just something that I deal with normally, so it's just like, yeah, but it is what it is, though. Hopefully, you're doing well, Royal Kingdom, honestly. I'll try, can't promise, Jeffrey. I can try, but I cannot promise. Jeff. Jeffrey. I should just call you Jeffy now. Even though I think that you're probably gone, though, but either way, like, you'll probably see this later when it goes up fully. Still. So, Mark, are you still here, by the way? Oh, also, My Royal Kingdom, if you're here, majority, and if you keep joining into live streams, you will also possibly also become a moderator as well. The only one who isn't a standard moderator is V, but I understand why she's not here. So she is going again, she is going through it, honestly, for sure. I pray for her. I pray for her. I understand what she's going through because I'm going through something similar recently, so but also it's not her fault for what happened. It was somebody else being stupid. So like I'm not going to talk about it because it's their business, but that's a little bit of what's going on. And I'll probably do another video with her pretty soon. Well, we have to plan ahead of time though. We do because I'm not seeing her for 2 weeks because she can't come down cuz she needs gas for her Jeep and she can't really do that right now because she's also in the process of looking for another part-time job at the moment while um, the amusement park that she works at is closed for the season. So that sucks because I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that place. We got like cheese fries at the end. They were so good. I'll eat those again if we go back to not just Fright Fest in general, but if we ever go back to like the amusement park again, I'm gonna have those fries again. I know exactly where that is. No, but that's my backup, and V is gonna be helping me with that. So that's why I have to wait to apply in the first place, because I'm not really good with applying online, and it's not the same as applying to what I'm applying to now. But that is a backup, and I wish that one worked out, because if I do get the job at the mall, one, I can make friends to do more videos with as well. Three, did I say two? I meant one, and then now it's two. Uh, Two, I can continue with urbexing and not having to worry about me, getting fired possibly. I mean, I still do, but not as much as the place that I plan to work at. And three, my papa actually helped build that mall in the first place. So, and then also my sister's first job was also there. So it's like we grew up there, and I also had my 21st birthday dinner at that mall. So it's just like, it is what it is. It is what it is. But no, it is my fallback on, though. That is my plan B, but I really want to, though, badly. Because I feel like that'll work better for me for a lot of reasons. So that's just how it is now. Yay, Mark, is this me and you now, I think. It's just us now. Now there's only two. Because I think Noah floated away, I think. His hair got too fluffy, so he had to leave. Yep. Yep. Kind of cozy. RC Cola is good. Plus, I also can't wait to go to Foster, Rhode Island, because I've been waiting to do that for a while. Hopefully, when we go, it's gonna be nice, because I already picked out my outfit. But even if it's not, I'm just gonna freeze my butt up for that video. So it is what it is. Who knows? I don't know that answer to that question. I wish my fries weren't that cold. I want to eat my fries. I kind of want to eat the rest of my Big Mac chicken, but I left that in the other room, and I can't leave to grab it. Yeah. Again, that was actually really good. And yeah, I spoiled that video twice. Twice now I did. That was an accident for sure. Oh, jeez. Ah, no! I have my laptop resting on a pillow, so that's why it's like very, like this. It's gonna fall over no matter where I move, practically. Jeez, my voice sounds gross. I literally have to keep clearing my throat. That's not fun. So, a fun fact, if you went streaming on like Instagram or something, you can actually be able to see who's still watching your live stream. Here, you cannot do that. So, I don't think you can do that on Twitch either. I don't know. No, I don't have that in my room. I'm on my bed. This is my bed right here. Ow. This is the bed, bruh. I still don't know how this is still like part of the bed anyway, because this is actually very old. Honestly, I'm surprised that it hasn't broken yet. Actually, the dashboard or whatever they call this thing, I don't even know. But it kind of does look like a rocking chair, because they do have rocking chairs that look like this. But it also reminds me of like the show that started in the 90s. That's the Charmed, which is a show about witches, three witches, and yeah, headboard. But like they had chairs in their sunroom that looked like this, that had like this exact thing. So it's quite it was they're cute though, but those were more comfortable than this bed. I want to change the mattress so bad because it kills my back all the time. Again, my lower back has been killing me. I don't know what's going on anyway. I don't know why it's like that. I mean, it's normal, I guess. I've always had that, but it's been the worst recently than any other time. So I've been having like the heating pad plugged in, excuse me, almost 24/7 because it's bugging me that badly. I might have to literally have like a bubble bath soon because it needs to help my back. And they do have like bubble baths and bath salts that help with that, obviously. But it could also be because it's a new month too, so that's also probably why it's getting to me, I guess. So this like I feel like a living corpse recently. That's exactly what I feel like. I either feel horrible mentally or it's something physical. Like I have like the worst luck recently. I'm not even kidding, literally. But it is what it is, though. No, you'd be surprised. Like the last few days, I did actually look like a zombie because like my mom, like I don't know if it was like a day ago or whatever, but like as soon as I got in the car, she's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? What's wrong?" She's right, but I didn't want her to know she's right. Jesus. No, not in this one. No, because then that would be like too much. Because like this is a full size bed, kind of. So and then I feel tiny with this bed, even though it's a full size bed, because I'm used to sleeping on like a twin size bed instead, and even that makes me feel small, even if. But like I look way better though, but I'm still in pain though, for sure, and it sucks. Because like during like the Deerfield video, like it was hard for me, but I was also recovering from the day before. But Mark knows about that, and sorry, Mark, sorry. It's not like I could talk to anybody either during the time that I was dying at Deerfield. And thank God for that bathroom, Jesus. But no, I was dying so much. But my mom had my phone, and then she recorded something hilarious while I was in the bathroom in the first place. So no, you may or may not see that at some point. You may or may not see that at some point. And I'm like, you're trying to make fun of me while I'm dying in the other room. That's not fair. But that's just how my mom is, kind of. She was just trying to help me, I guess. Oh, did I apologize for what? I don't remember. I don't remember, Mark. I don't even know what happened for like the last 2 seconds. Is that good? No. No. I think my brain is just blocking everything now, I guess. Normal, but not healthy. But as soon as I get a lot of editing done, I'll probably be taking the magnesium and then I'll probably end up passed out within 90 minutes. But also sometimes it's hard for me to edit my videos while my mom is home too because she wants me to spend time with her and I'm either editing in this room or she doesn't like it cuz like I'm editing while she's watching TV in the living room and then she's like get out of the room. If we're going to do this, get out of the room. I'm trying to listen to my program and you're over here sounding like a whiny kid. From the she doesn't mean that seriously, obviously, but like she's just making jokes, which I get that. But some days it's not like the best time to do that because like I'm more worried about the time for the video to get out than I am for sometimes quality, and it's not the best thing ever either. It sucks. Yeah, but it's a brain reflex. It's hard to stop that in the first place. Like it's kind of like an automatic thing at this point. But it's also because like I'm so used to people being mad at me or like getting in my face and yelling at me after doing like the slightest thing. So it's just like it now my brain forces me to do that constantly 24/7. It's not fun, and it's not a good thing either because again, people are like, "Well, you don't have to apologize," which you just did like 10 seconds ago. Then I'm like, I sit there like looking at you like a blank because my brain goes blank after that reference or whatever phrase or whatever. And then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'm well, yes and no." But again, sometimes apologizing can be an expression, but it's also because of a lot of people who went through something similar to me, and it's just like a trauma response, and it's not something that we can control really because it's just how our brain automatically does that now, and it's hard to do, do backwards flip, I guess, with your brain. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you, Mark. I'm not saying you. Like I do that to practically everybody. I do that to everybody. Everyone, literally. And they always tell me not to do that. But my sister does the exact same thing. My mother does the exact same thing. Depending on who the heck it is. If it's me or my sister, she doesn't. But if it's somebody else, it's totally different. But I'm laughing a little bit because it's ironic, but it's also because the majority of the time she gets mad at both me and my sister. So that's also why we apologize. Or we get stubborn too, where we don't want to, depending on what's going on, or we're just upset. And again, my family just has a long streak of being stubborn in the first place. So I'm stuck like that too, because that's kind of the way I'm born, kind of. But I've also had to be around a lot of old sassy French ladies my whole life. So that's also why that's where the sarcasm comes from mostly. And that's also where the sassiness comes from mostly, but it's also because I'm mostly French, but I'm also a mix too at the same time. I don't think she knows that the wash is done. Hold on. I gotta text my mom really quickly. Because sometimes she doesn't hear the thing go off. So. And before people ask, she can't really hear what I'm saying. She can just hear me talking in this room. So a lot of times I talk to myself while I'm watching a video. So I pause it and then I talk about my views when there's nobody watching in the first place. And then because I'm weird like that, I also do that when I'm watching on the TV too. Like I could be watching like an episode of like Outlander or something or Bridgerton or whatever, and then just pause it and then talk about it and then go on again. It's funny. And then she's like, "Oh, who the heck are you on the phone with?" I'm like, "Nobody." Nobody, but there's a long time, like, all of last year, me and Sarah would be on the phone together all the time, or, like, the one person who I probably call a lot often now is V, but that's just because of our schedules line up, so there's that. But also because, like, Sarah's just, like, busy now because she has an internship where or no, not internship. Is it an internship? It's either an internship or a scholarship thing, so, like, because it's her senior year of college, so she got the scholarship. I was so happy for her. And then so she works like one day out of the week and then she does schoolwork. She is superwoman. God damn, I wouldn't be able to do that. But also I feel like I would be doing like 50,000 things at once because it was already hard enough for me to do YouTube and college. And it gets a lot for her too. I also thank God for Kyle. And then if you get because you guys don't know who Kyle is Sarah's boyfriend, okay? He's literally best boy for her. I'm so happy. Sarah's ex sucks to high heaven, but I'm not going to talk about it unless I have her permission again, because again, that's not my story to tell. But he sucked. That's the point. Nobody liked him. Nobody liked him, which is hilarious because, like, oh my god, because I remember last year because they've been dating for a year. So, like, last year, I get a text like around like December vacation, right? And then so like yeah, so December vacation. And so like Sarah's like, "Oh, she told me like that day that she was going on her first date with Kyle." And then I explode And then I tried to call her like 50,000 times because I wanted more like information. Like she didn't I'm her best friend. I'm one of her closest best friends ever. For her not to tell me anything, oh geez, I went off for like 2 hours and she's like, "Well, I got to get ready." I'm like, "No, you're not. You're not going nowhere." Which is funny. With like in date 2, I actually liked him a lot, but it's just like it's not like I was upset with him. I was just upset with her for not like saying jack anything because she told me that she was off the dating app, and then 2 days later, I love her to death. And again, God forsake Kyle. He's the best for her. They're the cutest. They're a golden retriever couple. They're so adorable. They're so cute. And then it's also I also think it's funny because so like her best friend wears flannels, which is me. I wear flannels all the time. She ends up dating a nerd who also wears flannels all the time in sweaters, which makes no sense because they're in Florida. But it does get cold in Florida sometimes. But duh, if I wouldn't be able to. I almost died through the whole week I was there when I was visiting Sarah in like 2023, which was last year. Geez, things have changed so much since then. But no, because like I was constantly sweating to death, and for because like they were not really respecting my diet change, so I was like eating a bunch of stuff that like I was supposed to eat, especially in the heat in general, which includes like dairy and everything, except for the banana bread. That was worth it, and I helped Sarah make that, which it kills me to this day because Andy requested it and he never ate any of it. I helped make it. We used all the bananas. Why? Uh, we used to make a bit whenever me and my grandmother would make them. It would be ginormous loaves of like banana bread. That was the best thing ever. Except I hated it because she would put raisins in it, and I hated it so much. I hate raisins. I love grapes, hate raisins. But like I don't even know what this where this conversation is going anymore. But no, because like I was dying that whole trip though because of that. And then like it was also my time of the month too. So like I couldn't go swimming as much as I wanted to so badly. But I got so many cool seashells though. Bright side. And then I have one of my favorite necklaces that I made was like a big seashell that I got from Venice Beach. And I still have the hat from Venice Beach, and I was wearing that hat in that video, the Connecticut Valley State Hospital. From seeing those buildings, the buildings that are still up from that asylum, I wanted to go in so badly because I was so curious of what it would look like, but we wouldn't be able to do it because it's in Middletown, Connecticut, and also like there's nothing to hide behind at all. So like they would see you in daylight if you did it in the day, and then it would also be very risky to do it at night. Also, that's a very dangerous area in Connecticut, so don't do it in general. Cause like if there's gonna be scrappers, squatters, or even homeless people, don't no, don't do it. I would rather people be safe than be sorry, honestly. Even though I'm a little aggressive little um lawn gnome, that's not gonna help me much because like again I can be restrained pretty easily because I don't have that much upper body strength. I would literally fall like a little dandelion or whatever. I was gonna say daisy, but dandelions are kind of shorter, so makes more sense. Also, dandelions are edible too. I didn't even know that until like recently. And I think I think that they can be used as like a medical plant. I'm not fully sure. I think I seen that in my book, but I don't remember. Excuse me. But excuse me, Jesus. But I always keep my pocket knife on me. So whenever I go to abandoned locations or if I'm gonna go to a sketchy area, I take it with me. Kind of like whenever I go to Waterbury, I take it with me normally. But when I'm with my sister, my niece, and my mom, I don't take it with me. But I'm also kind of scared, like if I walk into like a restaurant or something, that they're probably gonna be like, "You cannot take this in here," because I keep it outside. Like I keep it connected to my jeans on where you put your belt and stuff. Like I keep it there so it's easier access so I can just use it if I need to, like it's right there, or people can see that I'm armed, therefore do not mess with me in the first place. It does, it works, but it's also it like the one that I have is a multi-tool, so if I need to, I can break a window if I need to because it has the thing on the side, and then it has a seatbelt cutter just in case if I need to get out of a car if I'm in a bad accident, I can be able to cut the seatbelt so I can be able to wiggle myself out of the car if needed. They are. Again, I just never knew that it was edible until, like, a little bit ago, that's what I mean. Like, I never knew that because I only knew of people, taking it and then rubbing it against you and be like, "Oh, well, you like butter." Those are 2000s thing. I didn't know that that was a thing either because, like, where I went to school, it wasn't, like, a thing until, like, we hit, like, middle school, and people just did that just to mess with people because it just got people pissed off, so it's funny. So, it is what it is. Also, I'll probably be doing a lot of content with my Jeep too if I ever get my Jeep as well. I kind of already picked it out, but I also know by the time I actually get money to buy it, it's probably gonna be gone, which is gonna kill me. Cause I want a blue one, Jeep Wrangler, because we talked about it last live. So, oh, not even. Oh no, it wasn't last live. It was the live before that. Oh, no, because yeah, because V was here for Halloween. Yeah, no, actually, yes, we did and we didn't. We did and we did it because it got all. It was all of the. It was all of like the car stuff in general too, because the that was a good discussion live stream too. It was. It really was. Now I miss car season because like I want to be doing more car show videos because people have requested that. So I think it's been a year since I've done that. I also have to post that other video too. The one of me getting in and out of the monster truck. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm wearing shorts in that video, so that's why I'm also kind of not trying to upload that one either right now. So, mm, I'll look at that later. But I'm just saying, like, that's it. But yeah, because dandelions do have a lot of properties, so they are very good for you. But I just didn't know that they're edible. Kind of like I know that clovers are, like you can eat a four-leaf clover. Hopefully that ingests luck as well. But I don't think that's how it works. But they're sour, but they're good. They're a good snack if you get them cleaned. You should probably rinse them off because you don't know what walked by it or possibly went pee or something over it. But technically, if it did, it would turn yellow. Only eat the green ones, green or white ones. When I mean green or white ones, there's a pattern on the clovers that have the white, white. Those are safe to eat too. Like, the one you can even eat the clover flowers too if you wanted. I mean, those are edible as well, but then, they're pretty though, which would make me, like, sad to eat kind of. They're pretty purple, and they're huge, like, bunnies love to eat those too. Like, not that that matters, but yeah, that's perfect, Mark, that's perfect, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. That is funny, that is funny. Literally, that is hilarious. But it is though. So I was listening in to my mom's conversation. She's on the phone now, but she got so mad earlier because she's like, "Oh, well, but I got it because she's going back to work tomorrow. That's why. So she needed to do wash, but like I still need to do wash too. What time is it? And it's still early, but it feels later than it actually is. But I got wash to do too, but I can just do that when after she leaves, which is funny because sometimes I have a problem with doing wash too much, is because like I needed to focus to do things. So like in order for me to do chores, I have to put the the wash and dryer on in order for me to get everything else done. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but, like, I do, and it's not good for our clothes to be washed that much, but it's also because like, it's a de-stressor for me to fold clothes and put it away too, so it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It is. It's weird. She works at a factory. That's what my mom does. I don't wanna say exactly where she works because a lot of people will find out where she works, and a lot of people don't like the place that she works at, which, I mean, does have a good reason and also not a good reason, but, like, don't put it on my mom just because she works there. She used to work somewhere else before she worked there, but then they kinda closed down and they moved, and then, where she works now partly did move to Tennessee too, but I don't wanna say too much about it because, again, a lot of people don't like where my mom works, but she works, like, 12-hour days, so she's from, like, 6 to 6, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So, that's why she doesn't really like winter right now as much is because when she gets out, like, it's dark, which I get it, and sometimes we have, like, a little fun whenever she does have a break, we take little night drives together and stuff, so and I wanna be able to do that with me driving soon, so that should be happening soon. So, yeah. And I am excited to get my license though, I am. But I'm also extremely terrified, but it's just because it's just a big change, and that's why it bugs me. It's not because, like, I don't wanna drive, it's just I don't know, but it's I think it's also the time anxiety that bugs me too, but yeah, I need it, and also, if Noah, if you're still watching this, I also wanna say this, so, like, as soon as I do start driving, my sister would want me to come over a lot more because I'll be the one driving, so you're gonna have to fight with my sister and able to see me in general, so, like, good luck with that. It's not gonna be fun, and it's not gonna be pretty, so enjoy fighting with my sister, so good luck to you. You may not win because she's a Sagittarius. Sagittarius and very stubborn. And if you think that I'm stubborn, you have not seen my sister. Well, you don't know my sister, but that's besides the point. She knows of you though, obviously, but like that doesn't matter. I don't think I can drive to England unless there is a such thing as a submarine car, Mark. When I have enough money, I'll probably travel to the UK. But just so you know, Charlotte's gonna kidnap me first. That's a joke. I'm not being literal, but again, I told her like cause Charlotte's been my long-term online friend, and she's always wanted to see me. So she honestly gets that privilege first. No offense. If they exist, Mark, if they exist. Oh, mama, if you're looking for the thing to hang up your clothes, it's in here. For the stuff that can't go in the dryer.
It's too late. Everything in the dryer already.
Hopefully they don't shrink on you.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, but Mark, that's in the movies. That's in the movies, Mark. Though I don't think those exist, or at least not to the public, at least. But if it does exist, I think that it would be like a Tesla, honestly, from the Tesla brand. But that would be dope though, regardless. I mean, they made like classic car boats, so I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Their classic car, they drive them into there, then they float. It's so cool. Those are so cool. I love seeing those. They make my day. I've been talking for so much, it's starting to affect my throat. It doesn't matter how much time is how much I drink the RC cola, I guess. Cause it's not helping my throat at all. Cause literally I keep getting congested like every 5 seconds. But that happens when that happens when I'm talking so much. I'm confused. Yeah, but where? I don't. Sorry, because I got a notification about like a comment on something, and I don't know where it is, and I don't feel like opening the bell button on YouTube Studio. Off of my phone. I mean, I can look at it on here, but I don't want to accidentally mess it up. So, yeah, it sucks. Which one was what was it, the Mercedes that he drives in one of those movies? Because he drives the iconic Mercedes Benz in those movies for James Bond. Because that's what I think of every time I think of James Bond, is that specific Mercedes. Mercedes are nice. The old like um convertibles. Yes. And I don't really like silver cars much, but those are beautiful, especially because they're sparkly. When the sun hits it just the right way, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Not that it matters, but it is beautiful though. It is. I have no idea. I haven't seen the James Bond's movies. I've only seen like the advertisements for that, or like the memes about it, or like clips of it. I haven't seen like the whole stuff. Excuse me. I just know about the Mercedes though, from the older movies. The excuse me, Jesus. The older James Bond's movies, practically. That's all I read. What I remember. And I haven't even seen those technically either. So, okay. I'm going to move a little bit more. Sorry. Boop. Okay. There we go. Nope. This way. Okay. Yeah. But again, Mark, I don't know. I don't know. I don't watch James Bond. I've seen Elvis movies, but that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Actually, I have a couple on DVD actually. Some of his older ones. The best Elvis movie was the one that he did first, which was Love Me Tender. And if you guys don't know what that is, you guys should go watch it if you can find it somewhere. We found it on like Roku, I think, years ago. And we were able to watch it for a little bit. They still have it, but you have to pay for it though, sadly. And it hurts me because that one made me cry. That was the only one that ever made me cry, because that one because like Elvis did some old westerns, and he was actually really good at it. He actually did play a good cowboy actually. The Rising Red Star too. I think that's what it's called, or it's the Flaming Star or whatever. And that's a good movie too. So you guys should watch that one, because it's one of the only ones where Elvis didn't have like a love interest in the movie. And that one is also extremely sad too. It's not really what you expected for the ending either. But other than that, so like Love Me Tender did not end happily either. But again, though, I mean, there was a love interest in Love Me Tender, but he wasn't singing the whole movie either, and he wasn't singing about love the whole movie either. Like, uh, it's a long story, but they were both actual good movies, and they were serious movies, unlike all the other ones that are famous from him, like Viva Las Vegas. That one's only good because Anne Margaret and Elvis Presley worked well together for personalities. And also the one song in there for their duet is just so funny. And then she also pushes him into the pool too, so like that was different versus all the other ones. But then again, who could not fall in love with Elvis Presley? It's so hard not to, even if he's not playing himself. But technically, he is playing himself in the movies, but also not. But also not at the same time, literally. It's a good one. It always makes me cry. I love that song too, but it's not my favorite Elvis Presley song because mine's not really generic. Some of my favorite ones are ones from like early of his career. They're not the famous ones that he sang. Like it's from when he was younger. And also he started his career around the same time the Ford Thunderbird first generation came out actually, and he owned one. He owned one. Not that it matters, but yeah. Lovely. It makes me happy. He does sing it probably like 3 times in that movie though. Love Me Tender. And the reason why it's called Love Me Tender is because of the song in the movie. And then also in certain Elvis Presley movies, they have his music playing in the background. So it's kind of like he's promoting himself at the same time. Also, Elvis really wanted to be an actor so badly, like a serious actor. He didn't he music was his life. He loved music. But he didn't want to do that his whole life. He wanted to be able to branch out. And when he was a kid, all he wanted to do was also be an actor as well. So again, it's sad. It's sad. But they didn't add that into the Elvis Presley movie, but they should have. But they took it out, I think, for timing. But yeah, I'm an Elvis Presley nerd, but that doesn't matter. He's adorable. Jesus. Again, if there was an Elvis Presley, a lot of things would be different in our generation. For a lot of reasons. Yeah. Yeah, I would have been one of his fangirls, obviously, if I was alive during that time. I would have been there. I would have been there for sure. Again, the dude, nobody can compete with Elvis. He literally had charm. You can't tell me. You can't tell me nobody would like him. You can't It's so hard not to. Like he probably was not like the best dude to exist either, but like he does come off as like that. He does. It's so charmistic. And again, they did that very well in the Elvis Presley movie, and I want to watch it again so bad. And I can. You know why? Because they have it on Disney Plus, so I can watch it whenever I want now. And I saw it in theaters the day it premiered. I was gonna force my mom to have that day off if she did not have that day off. I'm like, no, we're doing this. We're watching it at the premiere, and then those videos that I did about the movie did so well. It's beautiful. I bet. Because whenever we go to, or whenever we have gone to the Big E, they had so much Elvis memorabilia, and that's where I got the DVDs from, and I was only in high school, and I watched them religiously, and I love their soundtracks, and I listen to those till this day. So yeah, again, I love oldies music so much. And then also I've seen a lot of Jimmy Durante songs. He was the one who sang the original Frosty the Snowman song from 1950, the one that we grew up with, the 2000s people grew up with. That's the only Frosty the Snowman movie that will ever exist to me. Everything else, no. No. And he also narrated the movie too. Ah, he did so much narration work too. Like again, Jimmy Durante got to perform with Desi Arnaz, who was married to Lucille Ball. Oh my gosh, he should have performed with Lucy. He should have performed with Lucy. That would have been the best thing this world could ever have. They're both really good comedians. Not saying that Desi wasn't good, but he could not compete with his ex-wife. He could not compete with Lucy. And then every time like I dye my hair red, everybody makes that comment that I look like Lucille Ball. which I take that as a big compliment because she's a beautiful woman. Anyway, he also worked with Frank Sinatra. Am I saying his name right? Frank Sinatra. He was also very charmistic, but nobody really liked him that much either because he wasn't the best dude ever either. He also didn't like women when they wore perfume, which I thought was kind of stupid. I guess. I don't know. And it wasn't because he was allergic to it. It was because like he just didn't like it. I don't know, it was weird. Like I don't know. He actually said, if you look it up, he actually said that like if women had their natural smell, they smell way better. So I mean, I kind of get it, but like perfume back in like the 50s, 40s, and 30s, they smell beautiful. And I don't care if some like I like wearing older perfume too, but people are like, well, you smell like an old lady. That's the point. Old ladies smell nice, okay? Jesus Christ. It's like I also walked around wearing Old Spice thinking that that was perfume, but no, it's a guy's cologne. And it took a while. And also, you know what's even funnier is that when my papa was alive, he actually wore Old Spice too. So it's even funnier that way, literally. Uh Wonder of You? What is that? What song is that? I don't wait, is that a Frank Sinatra song? Or like I think I've heard of that, but I don't know exactly where that's pinpointed, Mark. Please elaborate a little bit, please, cuz I'm dead. Old Spice smells good though. Excuse me, I still can't believe no, it's an Elvis. Oh, okay. Now okay, yeah, I get it. I think I've listened to it like once and I wasn't that into it, but that's adorable. That's an adorable song. But I do love what is it? It's not Suspicious. It should be Suspicious Minds. Because there's one song that Elvis wrote in the 60s after that was in memory of Martin Luther King, and I really love that one. And they played it in the Elvis Presley movie, and they kept that in, but they couldn't keep the wanting to be a serious actor part in. I think they covered it a little bit, but again, they had to cut it mostly for timing. But still, what song is it? Now I'm stuck, Mark. Thank you for that. I don't know what song it is. Oh no! It's If I Can Dream. 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 That's the song. That's the song. Oh, I love it so much. I don't care how old I get, and I'm already old, but I love it. I love that song so much. I listen to that one religiously too, for sure. I got it. I found it. I remembered. But there's also something else, but I do love Jimmy Durante, and you should listen to his songs too. And also, another reason why Jimmy Durante was famous is because he wasn't only a songwriter, but he would also, depending on the song, he would put little skits in it. The dude was a genius. And he was born in 1893, and he didn't pass away until 1980. So, like the same year that my grandmother passed away, my dad's mother passed away. I gotta be specific because my mom's mother is still alive. But like, and I know where she's buried. I still have to make a video at that cemetery, so I'm probably gonna do that one next. So we're gonna get another cemetery video at some point too. But nah, he was the best. He's also very funny. He also got to perform a movie with Thelma Todd too, and I watched it. I don't remember much about it, but like those two who were very beautiful with comedy back in the 30s and 40s, mwah, and 50s, mwah. Them working together, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Even though she didn't really do that much comedy in that movie specifically, though, it was mostly given to Jimmy. But it's also hard because whenever he was doing certain movies, you couldn't outshine him, and he's just a cute cinnamon roll in the background majority of the time in any movie he's in. He also did a movie with Shirley Temple, and I have that on VHS. I have that here on VHS. I'm gonna watch it on my birthday. I don't care what people say. I'm watching that on my birthday. At night. I'm gonna watch that on my birthday. People are gonna suffer through it. Literally. I love Jimmy so much. In that movie, he does so many funny jokes, and I did like a whole series on those jokes from that specific movie on my backup TikTok, and I can't do that anymore because obviously I still have the problem with TikTok, but worth it, and it's funny. Worth it, and it's funny. And sometimes you could hear my grandmother in the background when we were watching it on the TV because I was just trying to record the funny lines every time he was on screen. Got my phone out, recorded. Oh, it's beautiful. Ah, that was a beautiful movie too. He did extremely well in there. He did extremely well in that movie. So Mark, you gotta watch those. Jimmy Durante is a delight. And again, so there's a song called Smile. I'm gonna hold on. If I can find it on Spotify, hold on. I got you. Ooh, no, no, no. So this is a newer version of it. Sorry. This song. So I was a grumpy kid growing up, okay? So I would always look like I was about to murder somebody, okay? Always. Or like my grandmother said, like a pouty face. I have the babon lips. So that's French for, pouting practically. And then they would go like this with my lips. So yeah, that's what's like growing up French. But that song reminds me of my grandmother so much because she told me that so much growing up. So much. That song is literally my grandmother, even though it's Jimmy singing it. And it is so beautiful. No. No, it's Jimmy singing it, but I don't know. I have no idea, Mark. But it's from a movie, but it's such a good song to listen to. I also like again his other songs, and then I'll Be Seeing You is also a really good one. Like song that he did. I like a lot of his songs, and then Inka Dinka Do is also funny because that one has a skit in it. And then The Boys with the Proboscis is also a good one because that one's mostly a skit than a song. Again, the dude was a genius, and yet nobody of my generation knows who he is. Knows who he is, and I used to talk about him all the time in school, and the people would look at me like I'm a weirdo. Always, because they're like, "Who the heck is that?" And I'm like, "One of the greatest people in Hollywood of all time that nobody remembers besides me." Somehow, it's just funny. I'm a big fan of him, honestly. If I could buy like any memorabilia of him, I would. I would literally spend $1,000 on that, and to literally mount it up in my room because so I can stare at it all the time. Because a lot of his songs are just that good. And Smile again reminds me of my grandmother, and that's why I love that one so much. And it has really good lyrics. Like, again, when I'm having a shitty day, listening to that song helps so much. And if Jimmy can't do the job, then it's obviously going to be Jesse McCartney. Honestly, from the 2000s. I used to be a big fan of Jesse McCartney growing up too. Yay. Not as much as one of my friends is for like Justin Bieber. She wanted to marry Justin Bieber. Like I was never like that far in that. And I remember when Jesse McCartney was on an episode of Sweet Life and Jack and Cody. And to this day, I will always watch it, and I will still foam at the mouth because the memories. Like he was one of my major celebrity crushes as a child. Excuse me. And it's funny because my cousin also liked him as much as I did, so it's just so funny. So funny. And again, the dude is very charmistic, and he was a big celebrity in the 2000s too. So it makes sense why he was on Sweet Life and Zack and Cody. And he also played some songs in the Kim Possible movie. So that I also rewatched that movie for that specifically, just to listen to the songs. Cause like I always wanted prom to be like fantasized, if that makes sense. Cause I wish that our prom was similar to the Kim Possible movie, but sadly that didn't end up that way. But oh well. I also kind of wanted my prom just to be similar to like Kim's as a child too. It was a beautiful blue, sparkly dress. But I mean I still ended up with like looking like a cupcake, a blue cupcake, but worth it. Worth it kind of, or like a blue upside down rose or whatever. But like mine was still kind of sparkly, but that dress was way too tight though. But and my I also had my time of the month during my prom, so like that was not fun. I was in pain like the whole night almost. So it was bad. It was bad. And then it didn't help that I was wearing like an extremely tight dress. My dress was ripping in the middle of prom because it would not let me dance the way I normally dance. I'm like, great. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, since this live stream is already long enough, I'll let you guys go. So I'll give you a little bit of time to say bye in the chat if you want to. If you don't, that's okay for you. But I do have to get going because I do have a lot to do and I have to get back to editing as well. Are you sure it's the same song that's Smile though, Mark? Because people have covered it, but it's not the same as the original. Nobody will ever beat Jimmy, honestly. But he also did covers of songs too, so there's that. And most of the music that he produced was in the 30s, so a lot of it is also ragtime too. So he also referenced ragtime in one of his songs. He is a genius. You, if anybody ever sees like a movie with Jimmy Durante in it, you know you're in for a good movie because he's hilarious. He is hilarious. I love him so much. He is a genius. Sadly, nobody remembers him though, which is sad. He was. I'm surprised that he lived all the way from like from when he was born in like the late 1800s to like the later 1900s. Not late, but mid. Oh, that's not even mid because that's 1980. Oh, oh well, but oh well. No, because again, nothing beats the original, and Jimmy has like the innocence to him when he's singing that song, if that makes sense. Like he's the nicest dude ever. He's literally like an angel. I'm not making that up. Like even people who worked with him in Hollywood said that. Like that's no Jimmy Durante is the only song that should exist from that. The covers will not do any justice ever. But because Jimmy Durante is the best dude to exist, literally, he was a saint. Which is funny because like it doesn't matter. Like if you want to know more about Jimmy Durante, you guys should just watch the video I did. But because I wish that video did better though, because I worked hard on that one, and I was so happy to make that one. The Jimmy Durante video, yeah, because I did the after film with Todd. You're welcome. Now you do. Jimmy Durante again was a literal genius. He wrote and composed his own music on the piano. He did, and he doesn't. He could play like any instrument as well. He could play all the instruments, not just piano. The dude was a triple threat, literally. Literally, like even in the Christmas movie that he did that came out in 1950, that was like that. Oh, jeez, I don't remember most of it, but I remember some of it. And he was again, he wasn't the main plot in the movie, but he was a big star in the movie. But he couldn't. He wasn't like he was a really good actor, but also wasn't at the same time. But he was also playing as himself in all the movies. And the dude just lit up a room every time he would go in one, and you can he was legitimately being himself in the actual movies. And again, you can see the difference from when he was younger, because he used to be a slim guy, but when he started to get older, when he was also composing music, he um his body type changed, but that's not a bad thing. He was still like the best dude ever. Sadly, he had to go with a stroke though. That's how he did pass away. Or no, he survived the stroke, so then he was stuck on a wheelchair for the rest of his life, and then he passed away, the poor dude. But he's remembered in my eyes. So that's the most important thing. He was a beautiful dude. Again, genius, literal genius. Nobody will ever be a Jimmy Durante ever. Again, dude was genius. And also, he's Italian, so that also explains his accent. And that also just adds beautiful flavor to him already. Literally, love him so much. He again, best dude to exist. For sure. He'll always be Jimmy Durante, would be the best dude to exist again. Bruh. But yeah, I'll let you guys go. It is time to get going though, because it's almost 3 hours, and I kind of don't want to be up still going for 3 hours. I do have a lot of editing to finish up. I also got to work on my thumbnail as well. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, bye guys. Have a good rest of your night for sure. And Mark, he probably gonna message me anyway. So after this, so like I know that you're still gonna be around anyway. So yeah, so see you in like probably like 25 minutes. Yes. All right, bye everybody.